Looks like we have the first images of Meghan Markle seemingly reacting to Spotify firing them. Not only did they fire them, but one of Spotify's own execs, Bill Simmons, called them lazy grifters.
I wish I had been involved in the Meghan and Harry leave Spotify negotiation. The fucking grifters. That's the podcast we should have launched with them.
Oh, we're back, baby. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore, and thanks to Steph, Kim, Lewis, everybody for holding down the fort while I was gone. I am back in studio. Let's get right back into it, guys. And this is a doozy. I saw this while I was away, and I was reacting, and thank goodness Steph reacted quickly to some of these as it was breaking. She actually called this a while back over on Steph the Alternate, so make sure you go give her a follow and a subscribe. But yeah, they parted ways with Spotify, but we have some new updates regarding this big news, and I do want to react myself to what this means. Before we get to Meghan's photos, before we get to Bill Simmons' full quote, we have both of those to go through. I just want to take a minute to reiterate how big of a failure this is. Now, look, I know I've turned the tide. I've gone Sith on this. I'm no longer team Meghan and Harry, but this is a failure. No matter whose team you on, this is not a good look for the Royals. Now, you don't just part ways with a company that's paying you $20 million and then go shop it elsewhere. You don't part ways if Spotify is going to pay you. And that's how a lot of the media is trying to spin this, meaning Meghan and Prince Harry's team is trying to spin this. Oh, this was a mutual agreement, and Spotify, is trying to look classier by not being out there, themselves with a public statement. But their own execs, their own employees are dropping quotes themselves saying another story. But if you go to the trades where Ari Emanuel, her new super agent, represents all of those trades, if you go there, you're going to see, a different story here that Meghan and Harry are parting ways. They're looking at other options. Yada, yada. No, they were fired. Guys, they were fired. This is a massive failure. They did not deliver. Spotify saw that the return was not worth it. This means their views were terrible. This is a hugely bad look for them as they shop elsewhere. It's showing that their brand is indeed crumbling, as yes, the empire is crumbling. Experts all around are calling this out. Angela Levin, who's like a royal biographer, I believe, has interviewed Harry, did a book with Harry. A significant crossroad for Harry and Meghan. Ouch. I mean, this is the reality, guys. Whether you like them or not, I know a lot of people watching don't like them. This is a big, 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 big bad news for the duo. And I want to break it all down because here we have Bill Simmons' quote. Now, Bill Simmons, a lot of people love or hate him, and he has made it very clear he's not a fan of these two. And some have called him a grifter himself for all the things that he's done in his past. But all that aside, I don't follow him closely. My opinions of him don't matter. What's interesting to me is he is like the chief global sports executive for the brand of Spotify. He's not just like a host. Like, they've hired him in a bigger capacity. So he's an executive, and that's how all the media spun this. An executive at Spotify. And here's what he said.
I wish I had been involved in the Meghan and Harry leave Spotify negotiation. The fucking grifters. That's the podcast we should have launched with them. I got to get drunk one night and tell the story of the Zoom I had with Harry to try to help him with a podcast idea.
Do it.
It's one of my best stories.
Dude, there hasn't been a Drunk Simmons podcast. Let's both get drunk.
And do it. Please, Bill, do it.
Save that idea. The grifters.
Here's my business question to you.
And then they go off and talk sports again, blah, blah, blah. Come on. I want to hear you dish on this story. It's a big Spotify news. And this was like finding a needle in a haystack to get you the full quotes. But that's what you get here on Popcorn Planet. I don't want to just read it always. If I can get you the quote, if I can get you the video, we're always going to play it. That's why you want to hit that subscribe button. That's why you want to hit that bell for alerts. So you get notified on all videos. Smash the like and let me know what you think down below. What do you think of all this spin you're hearing? And do you agree with Bill? Do you like Bill? What do you think here? But yeah, this is a bad look. This is a bad look, and she knows it. She knows it. While they're, parting ways, this is, he wasn't the only one slamming them as lazy effing grifters. I want to go through these comments because I believe that's what she's looking at right here. The timing of when these photos were snapped by the paparazzi, they would have known they were fired. They would have known the deal was no longer going. But as these pics were snapped on Friday, looking glum on Friday, walking to a salon appointment in Santa Barbara, she seemed to be engaged in an intense conversation at the time, according to the Daily Mail. At one point, Markle took her headphones out and walked beside a member of her security detail. She also frequently glanced at her phone. She was styled in a fresh blowout, went makeup free for the outing, and opted for a black long sleeve top. Blah, 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 blah. But here she is. Daily Mail continues to put it out there. Downcast Duchess, makeup free, looking glum in her first public appearance since. And look, I got to be honest, as you look at these images, God, Daily Mail has so much crap. Daily fail. Here she is getting really mad on the phone as she's walking away with her headphone. Now, to me, this is damage control. What we're looking at here is her reacting to the news of how the firing took place. Now, that's my opinion, conspiracy there. I don't know. I'm not trying to be mean, but based on the timeline of when this is her trying to look normal, trying to be but then not being able to catch herself, getting intense on the phone, reacting as she's walking. Now, some might say, oh, she's arguing with Harry. They're breaking up. They don't live together anymore. Look, I can't prove it yet. I've seen that report everywhere, and we will continue to cover that as we get, actual evidence or seemingly, real sources confirm it. But seeing these images of her trying to, react and get angry on the phone as she's leaving, granted, I'm sure she didn't like seeing the press there. All of this only reiterates to me that she's reacting to the news. Now, what was the news that happened that day? Sorry, I want to go back to this one. Her reacting probably to a manager, to an agent, to a friend, somebody reacting to this, all these headlines, and probably the Bill Simmons quote, which dropped around the same time. Now, here's where the staff at Spotify are saying. Spotify put out a joint statement with them. Obviously, they want to try to look nice to celebrities. They don't want to go out and just completely destroy them because they want to work with others. So I get why Spotify official isn't coming out. But we got the Bill Simmons quote, which I played you, and he's an exec, and that's how it was sort of put all over. Spotify exec slams Meghan Markle. But there wasn't just him. There were other people in here. I want to read you this. So we went through the Bill Simmons quote. But this article, and page 6 really doesn't like them either. The collapse of the deal piles financial pressure on the Sussexes as exorbitant bills for the Montecito, California lifestyle mount. Their sprawling Tucson-style estate bought for $14.7 million in June as a hefty mortgage. Annual property taxes alone cost $144,000, and there's staffing and maintenance on top. Why do you need such a big, expensive place? It's insane. Because you got to live like a queen, like a princess, right? You want that princess lifestyle. You don't want the regular lifestyle. You don't want Meghan Markle's suits lifestyle. No. You want the highest lifestyle you can attain, Meghan. Just own it. Markle and her husband, and so does Harry, obviously, because he's lived as royalty. He doesn't want to live any less. Markle and her, as much as he does those things in Africa, he wants to go back home to his mansions. So the bill for the couple's private security is about $2 million a year. There's legal fees from Harry's unending battle with the British press, and they have to keep their Archewell company afloat without Spotify's cash. Now you see why they may have left that $10 million in their bank account that we suspect came from Oprah, because they're going to need it to keep giving money away, because they're not going to have any money. They're going to have to give it away themselves. They're not broke, stressed the source, but they're going to have to keep spending their money instead of banking it. They're not going to be able to invest as much. They're going to have to spend it. It's going to start going out the door. Sussex Spotify deal was signed in 2020, but delivered just 13 hours of programming in 2.5 years. 12 episodes of Markle's Archetype and a one-off holiday special. Can you imagine that? You got paid $20 million. You're supposed to launch all these series, and you release 12 episodes of a podcast. Of a podcast. No disrespect, but an audio podcast is about the laziest thing a creator can do. Look, I spend time and energy to give you the video, and I have my switcher, and I do it myself. Like, I just bought a camera. This is insane. This is insane, right? Am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong because I don't listen to the show. It's just audio, right? It's just her talking on a microphone, correct? In which case, if that's the case, $20 million for 12 episodes of you and a mic talking to Oprah? Like, hey, Beyonce, welcome. Let's talk for an hour. Great. 20 million. Cha-ching. It's like almost $1 million an episode. I couldn't even imagine taking someone's money. I don't care who they are, to take 20 million for a content deal. And that's what you gave them? That's it? You didn't even like try to do something else or put something else. That is just so despicable to me that you took the money and then made 12 lazy hours of celebrity interviews. The easiest, the lowest hanging fruit on an audio podcast. And that's what you thought was enough for the Spotify deal to get renewed? No. These people are the worst. I mean, good on them for grifting Spotify and taking the money, but I don't think Spotify is going to be calling them back anytime soon. They will not be paid anything close to the full amount they could have earned on the deal. All right, so that's good to know. So at least that Spotify's deal allowed it. So if they, were lazy, they're not going to get it all. And compared to the Obama's deal, which ended last year, apparently, Obama's made multiple shows. Obama's and their production company, Higher Ground, delivered multiple new series. Simmons was going to help them. I want to hear that story. Although Archetypes did well and got a couple of awards, when you go into a deal like this, and just have one series over the course of time, it's not great. A source close to Sussex deal said. Another industry insider says Spotify wants to focus on people who drive strong audiences, like Alex Cooper. That's the Who's Your Daddy show. Dax Shepard, Armchair, whatever it's called. And Emma Chamberlain. There are a lot of great creators who are very eager. Meghan and Harry are the outlier in all of this. I think they've come off as being lazy and difficult. Ouch. But true. And that's the problem. You don't just get to make these content deals and then sit back and go do nothing and expect that the stuff's just going to get made or anything you have is going to be a hit. No, this is starting to die down. People are now losing interest, even I think in hating on them. People the brand is crumbling. It is going out the door. Now, in a statement, Spotify and Archewell said they mutually agreed to part ways and are proud of the series we made together. Mutually agreed. Not. Yeah, Meghan and Harry are like, you're not paying us more? You want to pay us less? Oh, no thanks. And then they're like, it's good, bye. It's the only thing they agreed on. Losing to Spotify is a dramatic change in fortunes for the pair since they quit being full-time royals, pleaded for privacy, and launched their new American lives with explosive Oprah Winfrey interview trashing Harry's family in 2021. Oh, how the times have changed. But the popularity of the couple appears to have plunged, and they have been plagued with staff turnover. Ouch. And then let's not obviously forget the high-speed chase, yada, yada. And they also signed a $100 million 5-year deal with Netflix. So we'll see what that nets. They also hired former Disney Plus exec Chanel Pijnik. She served as executive producer of Meghan and Harry, which was a hit. That one was a hit because it was the drama. But so far, the only other show the couple is coming is Heart of Invictus, which was filmed when they were at the Invictus Games for wounded service personnel. So they followed Harry and brought a camera while he went to some special charity event, like some big, and he filmed it so he could make it part of his $100 million cash award. Like, these people are just that's the next show. Like, Harry went to this really important event for wounded service personnel, but we made sure to bring cameras so we could get paid through our Netflix deal to show him at said event. Oh, all our charity work. Why are there still people who are buying and drinking this Kool-Aid? Like, what on earth are they doing? I just can't even. I can't even understand. Netflix says they've remained very valued partners. Well, yeah, because they have to. I'm sure Netflix and Spotify behind the scenes are annoying. Now, Netflix did get a big hit with that series. They probably maybe that was worth it to them. That was a big drama, a gossip. It put them on the radar for a lot of other people who might want to sell similar things. That may have been worth it. Their series, love it or hate it, was the drama, right? And I'm sure they want to get more drama, and they earn a deal for 4 more years, 3 more years. So they may get more. And Spotify, though, did not get the worth. And Spotify's like, we see your brand plunging. We're out. We're tapping out. All right, see ya. But what do you guys think of all this? They say that Meghan wants to create a brand like Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop. That's really the plan. And they say that she's been super quiet at the moment, someone who knows her. She always does this just before she makes a big announcement. And as Steph has predicted, she's going to bring back, I forget what it's called. Help me in the chat, guys. There's some old blog she used to do. And the rumors are she's going to be relaunching that with a big fanfare. And yes, there's rumors that she's going to sign with Dior. Oh my God, say it ain't so, Dior. Say it ain't so. Johnny and Meghan? No. Don't make me return my Salvage. Oh no, no Dior. Hashtag no Dior, no Markle. No more. We got that and so much more. So if you want to get those reports, like I said, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for alerts. We'll keep you alerted, and I'll be live tomorrow to catch up with you, share so much about my amazing honeymoon. Thank you guys for waiting back and giving Steph all the love. Appreciate you guys. We'll be back with more soon. Here's my end screen. There it is. We'll be back with more content soon here on Popcorn Planet.